With us today is KOKS Radio's youth sports correspondent, Devyn Kern. We're glad to have him join us today on our show. He brings us interesting stories as well as teen trends. So I'm excited to have you on today, Mason, and take it away.
All right, thank you. Yeah, I have some really interesting youth sports-related news items to tell you about. So the first is about a bigger picture issue relating to high school sports beyond actually playing in games, but rather kids fighting their schools just to make the team, or at least a genuinely fair and equal chance to be considered. In Louisville, Kentucky, Keshia Clemens, a mother of three, is claiming that the tennis organization for Martha Lane Collins High School is purposely excluding her 14-year-old daughter, Tatum Clemens, due to her illness known as Asperger's syndrome. Asperger's is a form of autism and causes Tatum to be extremely sensitive and to struggle with being social. In addition to Asperger's syndrome, Tatum also lives with an anxiety disorder. In the lawsuit, Clemens claims that in 2014, a then newly hired tennis coach made fun of Tatum for her Asperger condition, leading her to complain to the school. In response to Clemens' complaint, the school stated that they were sorry that Tatum was having a difficult time and that she could try out again next year. However, this was curious, as the girls' tennis team had never held a tryout before. The following year, the first ever tryout for the girls' tennis team was indeed held, and the only players cut from the team, Tatum and her two sisters, despite the fact that Tatum had played on the tennis team the 2 years prior to the school hiring the new coach. Clemens pulled Tatum out of the school on April 1st of 2015, and the case is currently underway. Those interested in hearing Clemens' side of the story can check out the video at thecourierjournal.com. Next up, I have a heartwarming topic about a high school basketball team in Los Angeles, California that spent the Sunday before this Father's Day giving assistance to the homeless around their community. This act of team generosity was spearheaded by their coach, Harvey Catani, who, in his tenure as the Fairfax High School boys varsity basketball coach, has experienced many of his players with family issues. In one case, one of his players was actually homeless for a short period of time. This year's team, who won the Los Angeles City Section title the year prior, finishing with 32 wins and 3 losses, served food out of makeshift tents in the Los Angeles' notorious Skid Row area, which has the city's largest homeless population. The event was organized by the Family Bridge Foundation in collaboration with the Intellect Mercy Love Foundation and the Senegalese Association of Los Angeles. In fact, most of the food was actually cooked by a group of Senegalese natives. Additionally, during the event, water bottles and dental supplies were doled out to the homeless as well. The impact this charitable and selfless experience has had on the players cannot be understated. After the team completed the day, 2 players decided to spur the spirit of generosity at their school in a more formal way and started a club on campus known as the Fairfax Closet, whereby students take to the streets of Los Angeles to provide support for the homeless in their community. This is a fantastic example of team-based athletes using their power in numbers and their social skills to achieve a greater good.
Wow, those are both great stories. I'm glad you brought those to our attention. And, you know, one thing that you do, Mason, is you also go out there and find some teen trends that are going on. What interesting things do you have for us this week?
Yes, I did bring a really great item that kids will love this summer. It's a portable device that allows you to listen to music while you're on the go and keep your phone charged at the same time, all using the power of the sun. It's called the Barska Portable Solar Charger with speakers. And this is a really handy option when there's no available power source or outlet nearby. While small and compact, the device can absorb enough solar power for an all-day power supply to keep devices charged up. And its built-in speakers provide really high-quality sound output. And you can learn more about this item and generally get in touch with me online with other products at teentrendwatchdog.com.
Wow, thank you so much, Mason. I love the idea of solar power. I think that's a good product for adults as well. So we will catch you next time. As Mason said, you can check him out online and make sure you go to our blog, koksradio.com. We have a direct link to his website from there. Thanks again, Mason.
Thanks for having me.
You bet.